Good afternoon, folks. I'm Dan with the Rose Family Homestead. Apologize, I haven't been doing many videos lately. We added an infant to our family, and that has made things absolutely crazy. No time, but I'm hoping to start doing a little bit of videos here throughout the rest of the season, showing you guys what we have going on. Still doing a little bit with our little hobby farm, but I want to bring you guys along. We're going to move some pigs today. Okay, so to bring you guys up to speed, last year we ran our pigs down here on this lower end of the field. We got a structure down here that we had to improve upon, and we run the pigs down here on this lower end. So as you can see, we have 3. These guys are ready to go to butcher here in about the next week or 2. And then I have 6 more younger pigs on out in the pasture. Now these guys, they started off up here in this enclosure, and we kept them in there for a few weeks with an electric wire running on the inside to get them trained to electricity. After we felt they were trained well to that wire, we run a wire outside of this, and you can kind of see where the perimeter of the electric wire was. Left them out here for a while to see how they would do. They did just fine. So afterwards, we went ahead and moved them on out into the field. Okay, so bring us to where we are. So they have been in this small paddock for about 2 weeks now, and they have rooted up the ground a bit here. I feel like there's enough of the ground disturbed that I want to go ahead and get them moved. Of course, under their structure, they have really tore it up. So what I think I'm going to do is, after I get them moved, I'm going to spread some junk hay down around everywhere that's bare, and we're going to get these guys moved out to the next section. So I have it mown down. I have posts stepped in, ready to go ahead and run the wire around. I thought I'd bring you guys along. We'll see how they do. I suspect that whenever I take the far wire down, they won't want to cross. That's usually my experience with pigs, is they don't want to cross where they knew that wire was. So I'll kind of coax them over with their evening feed, and it'll probably take a few minutes, but they'll eventually, of course, cross over into their new paddock. All right, let's get the charger turned off, and let's get you guys heading out to some fresh grass. Okay, so the white wire is going to be our hot wire. This yellow that you see is actually a ground. I am still having shock issues with my setup. So I have a grounding station of 4 rods set up out here towards the middle of the pasture, and then I kind of tap into that with a wire and run out to each end wherever the charger is going to be, and use that to tap into a actual wired ground. It's still not what I want. We're ultimately going to end up digging a power line in from the house, and I'm going to put a 120 volt charger in. I'm looking at an 8 joule. And we'll see what happens. I can't figure it out. I'm not real sure what's going on. I don't know. It's getting crazy. I don't know if it's the rockiness of the soil here, if it's a soil salinity thing. I don't know. It's outside of my education. But nonetheless, we're going to really step up the size of our charger. Okay, this upper wire is pulled nice and tight. I use a combination of one of these little pigtail posts with one of these fiber tough posts from Premier One, and that's usually enough to bear the weight of one of these spools and keep it away from the bare metal of these pigtails from grounding out. Okay, now I realize this wire has been up and I'm going to have to bring the weed eater back through after I get them moved and knock any of the grass down that's underneath of this wire and now touching it to prevent any shorts in the system. So the thought is now we're going to take this line here out, and like I say, I suspect they won't cross immediately. Then it will run up the lower end, and it will make the end of this paddock here as well, and we'll tie it in up top here. Let's see how it goes. He's gonna make a liar out of me. Okay, so far they're being pretty good. That'll give me time to go ahead and run this wire, one out around, and get out ahead of them. So I'm gonna get that done and I'll be right back. Okay, so they were pretty good. They gave me plenty of time. There's one still lagging behind here. Plenty of time to get this line walked around. And tying into that upper one that we ran first. So as you can see, this wire, it's only on the second notch of these cheapo posts that you can pick up at Tractor Supply for like $2 a piece. And if you've watched my other pig containment video from last year, again, I'm going to keep preaching it. Pigs are so easy to keep in once you train them to electric. Get your pigs trained to a single electric wire. Keep it hot. Like I say, luckily mine's, I guess, just hot enough. And like I say, they will stay in. They're very intelligent animals. They'll stay in. You can move them around your pasture very easily. So I would love to find a better feeder option. I like the size of these pails from Tractor Supply, but they're a hard plastic, and the pigs like to get in there, get their feet in, their weight on them, and end up cracking them. Some of the feeders at Tractor Supply are like that thick rubber. I really wish they would make one this dimension in that thick rubber. It would be perfect. But I don't know, I'm gonna have to figure something else out because I'm replacing these every year. In fact, their other one they have here already has a great big crack in the bottom of it, and it's only a matter of time before it's gonna be junk. Okay, let's get their structure moved. As you can tell, this is made out of a truck bed liner I got from work for free, an old junk pickup truck that was getting ready to go away for scrap. So I nabbed the truck bed liner. There's a second one up there inside of their pen that they started out in. I'll probably make a second one of these eventually. But it's just an inexpensive way to make some cover for them to get in and out of the sun, out of the weather. So I'll get it drug over there and have it set up for them. Okay, so they are in, they are happy. Power's on. The thing I still have to figure out with this whole system is I'm not happy about the water. So it's a pain in the butt to get out here and fill. The hose doesn't reach. I'm gonna haul out 5-gallon buckets of water and fill in it. But of course, then they can crawl in it. They make a mess out of it. It's just a huge pain. I haven't found a good way of moving around a 55-gallon barrel out here. I don't exactly, as you can tell, live on the flattest of pastures. This is a serious hillside that we're working here. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that 55-gallon Rubbermaid and I'm going to somehow position it on the uphill side about halfway underneath of that upper electric wire, and one that will make the water run down towards the bottom of it. So of course I won't be able to fill it the whole way, but I don't really need to. But the second thing is I think it'll keep them out of the container. So I saw somebody else do that online and they seem to have pretty good success. So I think I'm going to give it a go myself, and I'll let you guys know how that ends up going. But for now, unfortunately, I'm just gonna get some water in this thing, get them a drink, and let them slop it up and make a mess out of it. Oh no, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me. Get some of that clover. All right, guys, well, I've got more animals to move. I got to move broiler chickens and sheep yet this evening, so I'm gonna jump off here and get that done. But if you like this video, short and sweet, enjoyed seeing the pigs, seeing what we've got going on, do me a solid, hit the like button, consider subscribing. I'll slowly be putting some videos out there. Hang tight with me. Life is hectic right now. Those of you parents, you understand. But I appreciate you watching the video, and I'll see you next time.